Hey everybody, welcome to episode 8 of Night Shift. It is Nocturnal here with Hellish Sky now. Hey
Yep, the
look,
rebrand
finally
happened. The rebrand happened.
it's fresh, refreshing. Everyone's got a new name, new titles, okay?
New people.
Today is um pretty much mental health part 2, but now we're going to go into our mental health stories. For us it'll kind of be kind of funny. Mental health isn't funny. Let's say that off back. It's not funny, but for us, at least for me, I've laughed through all my pain. So this is gonna be hilarious for us to go back and look at 2013, 12 through 2015, 16.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it really 16? It's still going, but it's a little light versus what it was back then. That bitch was deep.
essentially just the emo years for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Because we definitely were the
Yeah.
emo kids back in high school, so that's
Facts.
what we're going for. And Kevin's got a
Hell
little bit of
yeah.
a show and tell for you guys. I didn't write any of my shit. I didn't do an arts and crafts book like he did.
Listen,
So
it's
we'll see.
funny because when I woke up, this was here. It wasn't like I found it, which means they were cleaning. They found the book, and of course, it has my name in it. I hope they didn't open it, because everything's dated in here. And if this doesn't tell you I'm emo, okay, and I got a little fucking.
That definitely looks like the diary of a school shooter. Like that shit they find when they comb his room afterwards. After he then shot the
Exactly.
kids. Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I also have one with "The Lord is my shepherd" on the front. Definitely, but this one I ripped all the pages out, and they probably ended up in here. So this is the time where I didn't believe in God, where they bought this for me. So there's a lot of stuff in here. But what I am gonna do, because I'm gonna put this on my channel, I think it'll be hilarious. I'm going to finish this book. Okay, this book is like halfway. If you can see, it's halfway done with stuff. I want to take all the stuff of my emo days and throw it into this book. And then at the end, I'm going to add a letter to myself from now to be like, damn, nigga, you fucked up. I got a bunch of shit in here, though. I can't wait to show this shit off. This is great. But yeah, we're going to talk about just pretty much our emo days and what I feel like we had a lot of shit going on. At least for like us, I feel like we had a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Sharing girlfriends. No.
One bitch, one. Hold up. One.
Yeah, one. Nah. Tell them the truth, man. We were trading girls left. You got her this week. I got her next week.
She hated the fact that we became friends. She hated that shit.
Oh, we were friends before though, on Cap. Like, it's funny because we were cool. Like, we would share Pop-Tarts and stuff. But like, you want me to hate them? Like, for what though? For what? Because you fucked them? That ain't got shit to do with me. Bitch, you fucked them. I didn't fuck them. You know what I mean? I ain't got no reason to hate them, man. You do. It didn't work out. That ain't my fault. She hated we were cool. We used to hang out every day. I'm like, what up, bro? While she there chilling. She's like, you fucking serious? Well, what? What you want me to do? That's my nigga. Oh, God.
Fuck, dude. Fuck. All right.
Oh, girls are funny. All right, that's another topic for another day, but girls are hilarious. But you want to start? You want to tell one of your favorite emo stories of all time?
That's a tough one. Okay, well, let me just classify myself because, I mean, yeah, I would still call my younger years emo, but I think a lot of people, when they think of like 2012 to 2016-ish emo, like in that realm, they think of like, for the most part, I'm just gonna go out and say it, cutters. I've never cut.
Yeah.
I didn't go that far, but that's just to classify myself. But you know, plenty. I think mostly, I think a lot of people were like sad. I was just like that angry kid who didn't know where to put it.
But you're like that sad, angry kid.
It's
But you didn't show you were sad. You were just angry.
No, that's the point. That's the whole point of like people who use anger and like the primary emotion It's like it's not really that they're angry about anything that's particularly happening right now in front of them. It's more so that they have issues to them. And I'm speaking this as believe me, all the angry people out here, people who go to anger management and shit. I am with you. I am one of you. I speak for all of us. It's not so much that they're angry about the world around them. It's a lot more in the fact that like they're angry that they don't deal with their problems themselves, so they internalize it, and either consciously or not consciously. There's a good amount of times that they don't mean to, but they take it out on everything else. And that was definitely my case, and I didn't realize it back then. I was taking it out on my friends, girlfriends, teachers especially. Like I gave my high school teachers so much shit, and I feel pretty bad because my current trajectory, I want to be a teacher, and a big piece of it was I really, when I'm looking back, I'm like, damn, I fuck with these teachers. I really wish I could go take one of them to Starbucks, just talk for a while. But at the time, I was a narcissistic little shit who didn't think, it's teachers, who cares what they have to say. So that is, to think of a story, I would have to go with, this one happened a little bit after Kevin had left. You remember Mr. Russell, the one that you went to a retreat with, who like taught a yoga class or something? Long-haired, bunny-haired looking motherfucker.
Yeah, but now he's bald. Yeah.
Now he lost the hair battle. That's so funny. He used to try to hide the bald spot.
He just shaved it.
He tried to hide his bald spot, like dead ass. At least
for real? Yeah. Well, he's just said, fuck it, time to go. Let it go.
Like literally, we had this in the senior year. We had this overnighter thing where we all slept in the soccer field in this tent. Weird ass project. That. Yeah, weird ass project. But Russell thought I was disruptive and pulled me out and like had me sit in a blacktop. And then after the morning was over, I was so tired. I walked into his classroom, and he's by himself. And this is like me at my peak, like fuck teachers kind of mentality, where I walk up to him like, yo, don't ever fucking talk to me like that again. I said that. I was like, literally, don't talk to me like that again. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, all this shit. And he didn't give a fuck. He was like, yeah, we'll see, man. And he taps me on the shoulder. I'm like, fuck you, guy. At least that's what I'm thinking at the time. I'm like, oh, fuck this guy. And I'm in his class. He controls my grade. At that point, I just didn't give a fuck. Because, senior year, nobody gave a fuck. But man, I always thought about that. I'm like, damn, if I was a teacher and one of my students told me, don't talk to me like that, I would be like, bitch, I will talk to you however which fucking way I want. I'm gonna hand out this F. You ain't never gonna see as many Fs as I'm about to give you. But that's just like me and my favorite. I was like angry, rebellious, sad, but more so like, I think there's a certain like difference between the way I express pain and the way Kevin expressed pain. Mine was more, I think, loud and angsty, and especially for the fact that like I'm pretty skinny, so everybody knows I can't do shit about it anyway. So it's just more so just fun to look at, fun to watch, and that in itself pissed me off even more. But now we're cool, we're chilling, who cares? I would love to take those teachers out and talk to them, especially the English ones that I disrespected. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
Thanks. Yeah, his was definitely more loud, for sure. I'll give him that. Mine was more quiet and secretive until it wasn't secretive anymore. What's it called? My favorite story. It's not really a story, but I just think it was kind of hilarious how people knew me and how it's really, because I'm very social and I'm very talkative, it's very easy to notice when something's off with me. So I remember we were in Ito's class. I had honors chem too, on top of that, honors English. Came to class on honors and I was quiet, but he assumed it's because I was tired. Which I probably was tired, but like, who wants to go to school early, an hour early, and sit in class? But the only good thing about it was when we had a regular class, I didn't have to pay attention because I already learned it in the morning, but like advanced, right? So I was just quiet in his class. But I used to drink Monsters every day, okay? I had an issue. I'd have 2 Monsters a day Which, what the fuck just happened to my screen?
Monster
Stop.
bitch. It's good. It's kind of good on my end. It's glitching here and there, but continue. I'll edit it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I used to drink 2 Monsters a day. So it was like for a week or so, I didn't drink any Monster. I could feel it. I was going through it. I didn't have no Monster. I was just really not feeling like doing anything. And so I just stopped drinking Monster. And I came to class and I was like hella quiet. And then somebody made a comment, and I had my earphones in, but like I could hear them talking and stuff. And he was like, Ito without coffee is like Kev without Monster. And then everybody just looks at me, and I'm like, It's like, what? But I was so dead silent. I was not talking to nobody. At the time, I'm pretty sure I was like, I still had like, I had like some fresh ass cuts on me though. And they were fucked up. They were bad. But like they were just chilling. I think I fucked up a few jackets doing that shit. It's hot as hell wearing hoodies. But I was cool. I was just chilling. I was low key just like closing my eyes and like trying to chill, trying to vibe because I was like, I'm tired. Don't even want to be here today. But everybody stared at me and was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with him? Everybody like, you good? Like, I haven't seen you have a Monster in a minute now that I think about it. But like for people to notice me because of actions that I do, like I thought it was interesting because usually if you're cool, like I wasn't a cool person either though. I wasn't like friends with everybody, but I feel like for people to notice every little thing about me because of how vocal I am about like my feelings and like shit like that, I thought it was interesting. I don't think I had a moment where it's like, damn, that was super emo. Like, you know what I mean? But I think there's moments where like it kind of hit me like I can't not show emotions, or it's going to be very noticeable that I'm definitely going through something that's not just, oh, a bad day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that one was interesting.
And just to like further on that point of like socialness and everything. Okay, so, and I think I've told Kevin this multiple occasions, is that from 9th to 10th grade, there was like emo clique at Da Vinci, and there was like you, me, Pace, Lila, Lopez, all those, like that was the emo circle. But when Kevin left, it's like that entire circle just imploded. Everybody went their own separate ways, and so there's no emo clique. And so I'm sitting there and going into junior year thinking, oh fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do? That was 80% of what the hell I was doing. I literally considered transferring because I was like, man, fuck, this is gonna suck. I can just go back to my normal high school. But
exactly.
And just further back to really emphasize the point is that we had this lunch table that was right outside Einan's class. You remember that? Like that was our fucking table. And then most of the time, like Kevin would show up, and then we would all be talking shit, and fucking the I have all my fingers game. You remember that shit?
Yep.
We were doing that shit
fucking cards come out, it gets rowdy.
But then like the few times that it actually got to Kevin, and so he wouldn't talk, the table was just dead fucking silent. Like nobody was talking to each other, and we were just like, well, fuck. Somebody cheer that bitch up, because otherwise we're not gonna talk. Somebody cheer him up.
That shit me roll. It's funny. Now that I think about it, I'm usually the glue that keeps people together, if that makes sense. I bring people of all different backgrounds together, and then if I leave or if I'm booted, then that friendship does not exist, right? I think, but that tells you a lot. Why I realize I can't continue to be sad anymore is because of the fact that a lot of the friendships and the groups that I was in high school, the reason they worked is because I brought those people together. And because I talked, they would talk. When I wouldn't talk, that shit was ass. I'd be like, lunch was ass today. What's wrong with you, nigga? Because those people, some of y'all really didn't fuck with each other like that. Like y'all were cool, but y'all didn't fuck with each other like that.
Yeah, no. Like I think,
and then
like me and Lila were actually somewhat close. This is a very mean. I call her mean because she hit me a lot, but
Mhm.
but like
Facts.
we were me and Lila, I think like we were actually somewhat friends in 10th grade, but then afterwards we only like saw each other occasionally. Although dead ass,
Mm.
like the last time I saw her, we were playing a game of Speed, and all I wanted was to beat her, and I finally did it. And all she did was flick me in the forehead. I'm like, what the fuck was that for? And she's like, and then she goes, because what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, well, fuck you then. No, but
Facts, yeah.
nah, but
I don't
like,
know. It's interesting.
yeah, you know, and this is like 4 years ago now. We literally, I think I mentioned this to Bap once, but like it's crazy to think that we've been out of high school as long as we were in it at this point. Like we're
Mhm.
coming up on 4 years, and very different people. Like
Very different.
I'll be the first to say I would hate to see my like me in my prime edginess, like 10th grade. I think it would be like, nah. I used to cut the sleeves off my shirts, but I had no hand-eye coordination, so that shit just like tattered, and like that's the kind of fucking weird punk. And you know, it's a little side note for me. Like I continue to only listen to like metalcore, rock music, and like trap rock fusions all the way up until like 2017. Like literally, that was the only thing on my playlist. And I started listening to hip hop, and then actually like I think that was like a big turning point, because when you listen to nonstop hatred, like music of hatred, music of depression, even though a lot of it's definitely helpful, like music without a doubt that can help you, but if that's the only thing you're listening to, it just keeps you in this mindset. So I think like one major positive thing I would encourage people to do is like just make a playlist and fill it up with shit that you like but you wouldn't normally listen to, because you'd be surprised, like if you listen to that shit when you're not thinking and it just goes into your subconscious while you're doing other things, you'd be surprised how much that helps your positive mentality. Like it made all the difference for me. Like now I don't want to headbang no more, I want to dab.
Nah, I still headbang. I definitely still listen to rock and metalcore and stuff, but it's not the only thing I listen to. I definitely, well, shit. When when we went to BCX, it was mostly hip hop in the car, low key. And I'm an R&B dude, so I don't know how I was just banging. I don't know what I was feeling that
6
weekend, but
foot, 7 foot, 8 foot.
hey, yeah, even that came on. I was like, damn, I got the old school fucking Lil Wayne in this bitch.
Oh,
Damn.
God.
But music's always been big for me. Like, always been big. That's the one thing that kept me from dying in the first place, is having music around, being able to write my own music and being able to put how I feel on paper, so I don't have to. I feel like I'm only keeping it to myself. I'm putting it in the music. It's funny because I used to do those little Da Vinci things.
Oh, the
those were
CDs, yeah.
the CDs, bro. I used to be the ukulele king, okay, at the school.
Yep.
No one could tell me any different. Nah, but I don't know. I think a lot of those moments where I really didn't vocalize my emotions, but literally just being able to do dumbass shit like burning her I love you cards and fucking. Oh, I want to find that video so bad. I want that so bad.
Okay.
We went to Denny's and burned these cards. I was like,
Yeah.
that's fucked up, but Jesus, it felt so good.
This one girl, the one girl that we shared, we straight bullied her. Like that, there's no other word for it.
Bullied her, and she let us. No, she let us, bro. Remember in Spanish class, they had that gum and they had thirst on it, that 5 gum, and we taped them on her seat. I was like, she'll see this when she gets on. She knows where I sit in that class. Bro, it used to be me, you, and Pace at a table. I don't know how that got swung, because we had assigned sitting in Spanish.
Yeah, and then it's like I don't know how it managed that, like that seating just magically happened. Although one thing I will say is like this dude used to like sexually harass Pace back in the fucking classroom. She'd be like trying to learn her conjugations, and it's just underneath the
seat. You gonna learn these fingers? You feel me?
And doesn't she actually she failed that year, that Spanish, and then she fucking blamed you for it. Like you didn't leave me alone.
Yeah. I know. Trust. She wasn't saying it when we got back to her house. Just saying.
Hey, send her the link.
Pace was a freak. I don't care what nobody says. We should probably change the title because it's not really emo anymore. It's more like reminiscing.
Yeah, you know,
Bad.
we'll call it story time.
Story time. Just reminiscing off high school. Listen, I don't care what nobody says. Pace was nasty. Hand down. I'd be like, all right, let's go do homework at your house. Which again was my first thought. We just end up fucking. I don't care. No. We fucked a lot. Y'all just like, oh, let her learn. I'm like, shit. Tell her to let me learn. Shit. That's all we did, bro.
Oh,
A lot. Every day. I can't count a day that we didn't fuck.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, man.
I had a good high school year, bro. Them 2 years in the benchy, I was fucking somebody. If it wasn't anybody else, I'm fucking somebody. I had a good life.
You know, it's the crazy thing. Like I'd be surprised how many faces I've seen from Da Vinci since I've graduated that I had no idea. Like Jessica, she happened to roll in to where I worked. Like this is in 2017, 2018. She happened to roll in, and then once she realized that I worked there, she showed up like a bunch of fucking times, and I was like literally telling my coworkers,
no.
Yeah, I was literally telling my coworkers like, nah, tell her I'm not here, dead ass.
Tell her I'm not here. But that's my thing. It's funny. So I like changed my Instagram name a bunch of times. I've changed it a bunch of times, and every so often she'd find my Instagram. I'm like, how does she find my shit? I'll make a new Instagram. She finds that one. I'm like, I didn't even put this on my other page that I have another Instagram. I'm like, and then like, but doesn't say anything, but doesn't message me. Just follows me, like wants to follow my life. Which again, now that doesn't bother me. I'm like, whatever, follow me. Okay. Like I'm Gucci. I'm in a whole relationship. I don't fuck on these hoes no more. I'm a good man now. Back then though, I needed some help.
Just a bunch.
But
it's just a recipe for disaster. Like that's like the one thing I want to like try to get across is that like teenagers are just dramatic, just overly dramatic. So when you put literally a group of unstable minds together, and then like I don't hold myself accountable. I don't hold anybody accountable. Like I don't have any hatred or any discourse against anybody of high school because we're just teenagers. Like if you're a grown 22-year-old man, a 22-year-old woman doing the shit we were doing in high school, no, you should be held accountable. You're a grown ass man.
Yeah.
But at the time we're like what, 14, 15. If like I would rather have like, because at least now we got a bunch of stories. We're still talking about them 4 years later, so they're still that interesting.
Yeah. I wish I had the people. Like you thought our group was unstable. Before I came to that school, like I said, I think I told them before, I had a suicide pact squad. It's bad. It's 8 of us.
Yeah, I heard about it, and the craziest thing, like I heard about it at I'm just gonna say her name, Maya's house, right? And they were telling me about it, and so I was like, and I made a fucking slight ass joke, right? I literally just said, so if I just knock off one of you, all you gotta go, right? And Maya's like, that's not fucking funny, dude. Like that's the only time she ever got stern, like, because Maya's a chill ass person, but that's the first time she was ever like knock that off. I was like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Man.
But it was a bunch of us in there. It's only 3.
I only knew about 3 because I think I'm not sure. It might be wrong, but I think there were only 3 of you that went to design, right?
Yeah, but they didn't know the other ones. They just joined after. But before it was 8 before them.
Oh, really?
And I'm the only one left from that one. Then there's us 3.
Jesus, yeah.
But all the other ones gone, and it's sad to think about. Like, at least for me, like I was saying, like you were saying, to piggyback off that, when you have people with the same mindset, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being around them and knowing that you all are considering dying, as an option when it's not. It's sad. And I've said this before to the girl. Before I went to the mental hospital, there was two of us. Then she died, and that's when I kind of lost it a little bit. I was like, everybody's gone. Like, I had friends, I had family, I had all that. I had no excuse to feel the way I did, at least in my opinion now, because I feel like I had a good life, and I still have a good life. But when she died, that shit wrecked my shit. It still wrecked my shit, because I remember in English class, I wrote this thing and fucking, I don't know why Einan made me share. I said, I do not want to share. I told him that off gate. I said, if I write what you want me to write, because he told me I want you to write how you really feel about blah, blah. I did it to be nice to him because of the fact that he was letting me slide with a lot of shit. He was letting me slide a lot. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, all right, you want to share? And I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm not sharing. Man's made me share. I was pissed. What I'm supposed to do? Make it up? It's sitting here on my paper. Like, fucking, I was pissed. And then I shared that shit and got all emotional, and I was mad because I didn't after I came out the mental hospital, I didn't show much emotion really at all. And I told him, I said, I don't want to show no emotion. Like, leave me the fuck alone. And on top of that, I was on medication. That shit had me sleepy as shit. Like, I used to fall asleep in Russell's, like, that yoga class. Mm-hmm. I used to fall asleep in that bitch almost every day doing yoga. Like, he put on that music. I was going to sleep every day. So he had me share that shit. I was fucking emotional as shit. I had to get out and leave. I was like, you got me thinking of shit that I shouldn't even be thinking about in the mental state I am. And he came outside. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, fuck you in that poncho. Leave me the fuck alone. I'll be outside. Poncho. You know, he was wearing that damn Raiders poncho.
Fucking hell. Raiders are trash. But anyway,
look, and he gonna ride them till they die. He knows it. He said remember when he lost that bet and he had to get the Broncos thing painted in his room? Yeah. Bro, he was pissed. He said, I'm about to make another bet so I can get rid of it. That nigga was pissed. He had that Broncos thing in there for almost the rest of the year. I think I was there for a while, sitting in there. But it's funny. Then I went on that retreat after failing 2 classes, by the way, English and in history. I failed English, which was my fault because I didn't do the essay because I was really just done. I was like, I'm not doing the damn essay. That nigga crammed that essay in. He was on the computer cramming that bitch in. I said, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, he really.
And then history, he said he felt like I didn't care about his class. This is what he told me. He said, okay, the presentation, I did the presentation, the PowerPoint, all that for the POL, and he's like, yeah, well, I feel like you just didn't care about my class. You gave up when you came back after that week break, which again, nobody really knew where I went on that week break, except of, the few people who did. And he was like, and you just came back and you don't care about school and you don't care about work and blah, blah, you just bullshit through. So he failed me. So I got like less than a C, like barely less. I was pissed. I was like, bitch, I didn't care about nobody's class. You aren't special. Fuck. But I went on that damn retreat, and this man, he spent the whole retreat writing a letter to his girlfriend, Jenna Kwan, the teacher. Mm-hmm. He wrote, I'm talking about pages and pages he was writing. He was using it actually to be mentally, like, clean out his mental, which is good for him. But everybody I walked with, I told him, I said, I'm not walking fast, so I'm not going to miss nothing. If I'm going to be out here to clear my mind, then let me clear my mind. So the group would just be trying to hike through. I was chilling. I was looking at the animals, but it took me on a lot of adventures, and I think that's one of the steps that helped me start to actually heal myself. Was like, on that retreat, I did shit that no one did. We climbed a waterfall, which was dangerous, by the way. Don't know how the fuck I got up there. My fat ass climbed a waterfall, and you could drink straight from it. It was fresh water. I found snow. We had a snowball fight, me and the other teacher. And every day at the end, they'd make you go to the fire and you talk, right? and I've told you this before, but they everybody kept saying, okay, walking with him we had a great conversation. Like, he was just relaxed. Like, I learned a lot from him. I feel like my mind is clear now, blah blah. So on the last day, this man asked, it was one of the last day, he asked to walk with me, and I'm like, I don't want to walk with this dude. Like, everybody else I walked with by choice, because I told them I'm not gonna hike fast. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna take in my surroundings, and I'm gonna relax. And wherever y'all say we gonna go, I'll probably end up going somewhere else. Which is, we'll start going that way, and I'll be like, damn, that looked cool. And they'll be like, you wanna go over there? I'll be like, cool. That's what happened with the waterfall. We're supposed to go to some big ass lake. I saw the waterfall. I was like, damn, that's beautiful. Kept walking. He said, you wanna climb it? I'm like, fuck yeah, climb that bitch. They're walking back and they see us. I'm like, hey y'all. They're like, what the fuck? Up there having lunch. But he took me to this thing called the Windy Gap, right? And it was like, you go up these like windy ass shit, but once you get to the top, it's super windy. It's like mountaintops, and then you go straight, and there's a big ass drop, like straight drop, a rocky drop, right? He's like, do you want to go where everyone else is going, or you want to go check out what's over there? I said, fuck it, let's go over there. We go over there, and we're sitting on the edge, and we got these damn trash bags on because it's about to rain. Whatever. And then he started talking to me, and I'm telling him shit, and he's like, damn, I thought you didn't give a fuck about my class. I said, no, I didn't give a fuck about anything. That's what you didn't get. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about school. I just wanted to get everything over with. Honestly, I don't care if you failed me, but, like, just know it's not anything personal to you. That's what I was trying to convey to him. It wasn't like I was like, fuck Hara. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, fuck everything. I don't care. Because I already knew at the end of the year I was moving. My mom gave me no choice. I couldn't even say goodbye to anything. She's like, oh, I moved your schools, without telling me anything. Nothing. Granted, I wouldn't have met the girl I'm with today without that, but even then, moving my schools without my say of anything, especially after she asked me, she's like, okay, we're moving. Do you still want to go to your other school? I say, yeah, 100%. That shit's easy. I get to do presentations instead of tests. I want that. She's like, well, I put you in a new school. It's like 2 days before we go back. I'm like, I was pissed off. But he said he felt bad for failing me because I wish I got to know my students more. I said, you should have. And I hope you do that with your new school, because you don't, I think, and a lot of teachers do this, is where they play the hard ass card, but they don't take in what their students are going through at the time, like the age that they're at. I'm not saying you gotta take everyone's excuses and shit. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can obviously tell when students are going through things. It's blatant. If you got a disruptive kid, like we were, you can tell shit's going on. It's not just because they're fucking assholes. Sometimes it is. But you can tell the difference. You can. I really feel that way.
You know, that's exactly like on the idea. Like you should be able to tell. I think most teachers know, but there's like two major things that stand in their way. One, I think a lot of teachers, even though they really want to help, at some point a teacher has to think about himself and like, listen, if I give this kid advice and he does something crazy, and then when he gets caught or something, he tells them I was acting on my teacher's advice. At some point, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna risk the liability for that. And number two, you know, at a certain point, you gotta like, okay, this person's going through some shit, but like, do I need to get involved, or is like, because a lot of people don't want their teachers involved. Like me personally, a lot of teachers try to talk to me, because like that's something that, and you said this, Bap says this, everybody's told me this my entire fucking life: smart yet stupid. Smart yet stupid. And I keep getting
you're
that.
Retarded.
My teachers,
you're so smart, but you're retarded.
My teachers, my teachers kept telling me that shit. Like, and that's, so you remember the same thing that happened with you, like the honors paper that neither of us did, and then like literally the day before the last day of school, Aina approaches both of us because we were always like sitting next to each other, and he goes, listen, if you don't give me a 5-page paper by tomorrow on a book that I know you didn't read, then I'm gonna fail you. Straight up. And I know you didn't do it, and I wasn't really super concerned about doing it. I think the one thing that made me like think, okay, well, I had to do summer school the year before, and I was already thinking about that. I'm like, do I really want to go to summer school again? So I went ahead and crapped out some piece of shit paper, and he knew it was a piece of shit because I turned it in, and shit was like, it was like, you know how if it says minimum of 5 pages, I literally did like 5 pages and like 1 sentence on the 6th page just to make sure I hit 5. Just to make sure. And like I literally like Spark Notes, Wikipedia, the plot summaries and all that shit because I really didn't have time to read the whole fucking book. So I turned it in, and he looks at me and he goes, "You didn't read it, did you?" And I was like, "I got the gist." He's like, "Sit down, man." And this is like, I guess this counts for first story. But he's like, he pulls up a chair and he's like, "Sit down." I'm like, "Sure." I sit down, and he goes, and he literally reads the essay in front of me, like he's like flipping through it and shit. You doing that teacher shit, because you know, like even though you could spend like a week, 2 months even, writing a paper, and the teacher will literally examine it, glimpse through it, and then like grade it in like a minute in front of you and shit. And so he turns it in, and like he finishes it, puts it like face down, slides it over to me, like, "I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 60 because you tried on the paper." And like I was already thinking to myself, well, fuck. Okay, I asked him straight up, like, can you show me if I'm gonna fucking have to go to summer school? And he's like, "Nah, I know, because I had an 89 before that shit."
Yeah.
So he was like, "Nah, it went from a B plus to a C plus, but I didn't fail the class." And I asked, and he sits me down and he goes, "Why don't you what's up with you, man?" And I responded with a bunch of sarcastic shit, and that's like the one thing I wish I could apologize for, because it's one thing when a teacher reaches out to a student and the student like wants to stay quiet and like, "No, I don't want to let it all out," but I didn't do that. I didn't, like, if a teacher tried to help me, I found that offensive, and I would try to like piss them off into like wanting to leave me alone. And I wish I had done that, because I didn't actually give a fuck. But you know, as a teenager, you don't know who gives a fuck and who's just trying to make you say, "I'm sorry." And that's something I fucking hate saying, and I never will say to a teacher. Like, that's what teachers want. They want you to say, "I'm sorry," but you know, they can go fuck themselves about that. So that's just the theme, and that's one of the things that I've had to just deal with. Like, yo, you're smart, but you're stupid. And then because like, when people tell you you're smart, that it puts a little bit of an expectation, like, okay, you gotta go, and people expect more out of you. And at the same time, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, well, I didn't ask for this. I want to chill. But every time I turn in something that's not up to par with what they expect of me, they think I don't give a fuck, and they think I'm trying to fail. But that's not the case at all. I'm just lazy.
Facts.
And like, I know you saw a tweet. Because I just finished my university term, and there was a 2,000 word essay that I didn't realize. I thought it was due the next day, and it was due that same day, like 2 hours. I literally opened it up. I saw the assignment, and I saw it was like due in 2 hours. I wrote up 2,000 words in 2 hours, and I got the grade back this morning, and it was a fucking 92. It's just something that happens.
Like I said, everything I do procrastinated comes out great. Granted, when I do it on time, it comes out great too. But I think my mind works better at a time limit. I'm like, oh,
yeah, that pressure. It's like strange.
That pressure makes me actually think of things.
Yeah, because
I want it still to be good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The pressure makes you like nonstop think about the topic, think about what you're writing, think about ways to connect your ideas to make it flow. Whereas when even if I do it like a week early, I'll tell myself like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get all this shit done, so the last day I won't be panicking. But then like I'll write like the intro paragraph, or maybe I'll find one quote in the fucking 30 quotes I need, and I just close it like, all right, good day's work, and I save it to the end anyway, so I kind of give up on that. But I don't know. Well,
you're almost done with school, halfway. Yeah. I haven't started, so I'll be 30 when I become a teacher. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna graduate and get my bachelor's probably by next fall. That's what the fucking counselor said. I don't know. They might be bullshitting me, but we'll see.
Well, like I said, I want to go at least for a bachelor's, but I think I'll go master's. Could they pay more?
Yeah,
if you get master's.
Like,
I think I'll get bachelor's and then fucking get a job as a teacher and then go back for master's.
Yeah, that's something I'm.
Because then you're still making money, and then you're making enough money, and then I can go for my master's.
Yeah.
But I gotta start, and at this point, I gotta fucking start. So it'll be theater and English because they're under the same thing. In order to be a theater teacher, I have to go through English credentials anyway. Not a master's, but
Yeah.
you know. And I'll get the master's just so I can do both. So that I end up being an English teacher for 4 classes and then theater for 2. Cool, that's a good job. But like I do both. What's going on? What you need? So a lot of schools, I'd probably go to a big school because big schools they need multiple classes.
Yeah.
It works out that way. But we'll see.
You want to showcase your book?
I was about to say at the end, let's do the show and tell. All right. I think after looking through it, it's funny. Okay, so I have a bunch. This is like my drawing book, right? So I want to pull my scissors up. So I was drawing in this, but then I ended up having a lot of like bullshit in here. So one, I can't draw, so don't even come for me. But like I was drawing all sorts of weird shit in here. Smoke was my thing. What does this say? Okay. One, I thought I was really intuitive back in the day, so don't even come for me like this. This was 8/27/14 at 7:21 p.m. I timestamped that hoe.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't read this, by the way, so this might be really cringy for me. It says, think of this for me. What is the time? What is the true cost of pain? Good start.
Jesus Christ.
It is tears and lost thoughts that causes a lot of things. It's the blind leading the blind to their demise, which is a song lyric, by the way, by For Today, which is a Christian band. That's fucking hilarious. Are we the blind because we can't see the truth of the words we say and what they do? Or words cause war and destruction? Our words ruin lives. Our words put bullets in guns. They make teens in their lives. Words are sharper than razors, and they kill truth. With hearts being broken, they bite. Damn, I was in my feelings, bro. Oh, God. And then it says, let's break the cycle. I am done. Shit, I can't read that. I'm done because the less we say, the more we've won. There we go. That's what that says. Damn. Poetry. Yeah. I can't read this one. I tried to, but it's super light. But I have one from July 21st, 2014. Some abstract art. This is way too light. I can't read that. I have this really long one about death. Bro, why didn't y'all stop me, bro?
Shit, we didn't know.
True. Actually, never mind. That's real. That's real. I do remember that. I think nobody knew. Maybe Isabel. No. I don't even think she knew. That's crazy. I was in my feelings. But I'm not going to read this one because this one's kind of cheesy. But pretty much this one's about how I wanted to be sad again. Like, because I was taking Prozac and I was hella numb. I couldn't feel anything. And then my dreams were hella lucid. So, everything I dreamed about felt real and it was scaring me. Prozac is a scary antidepressant. You can't tell me nothing about it. Some turn to pigs when they get wings. And then this is Mr. Piggles. You see him? Mr. Piggles? My nigga. And then this one's a heart being held. And guess what song that is?
What?
Hold My Heart is beating for you anyway. Yeah, throwback. Lived once, died twice. My ashes were in the wind. This is another one. Got my tree going on. Do my show and tell book. A Rose by any other name is so sweet. It's just a rose. So this was also my drawing book. I was just drawing in this shit. Got more drawings. More drawings. More drawings. More drawings. Do I have any more letters? I have my new schedule. This is when I moved schools. 2014. And then I got some other stuff. What it says? Why did the blind man get told he can't see and the deaf told he can't hear when the blind can see his future better than the standard and the deaf can hear the beat of reality? I was doing shit. I don't know. But this book is actually like hilarious. Oh, listen. That last year, I didn't buy a yearbook, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 10th grade yearbook, I didn't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, I wasn't here for when to buy it. And two, I didn't want to spend the money. So I had, Isabel was like, I got to write you something since you don't have a yearbook. She wrote it on a Burger King's bag. And it's in this book. I cannot make this up.
Jesus Christ.
Don't be a douchebag at your new school. Have fun. Be nice to your new senpais, Baka. This is hilarious.
Oh my god, back.
P.S. Make new friends for me. Go little bro. Isabel. Which is funny because I didn't make friends for 3 months on purpose. A drawing of my hand. Do I have any more like readings? Oh, I do have this one. This will be the last one I share. I don't think I have any more that are like... I do. I have one more. But I'll read this one. This is when I was in the mental hospital. They gave us pencils with no erasers. They took my shoelaces. Bro, it's crazy, bro. Hold on. It says, Bunker 206, bed number 3. Looking at the white ceiling, blind lights flashing like cops in a movie. Because every 10 to 30 minutes, they come in your room and flash a flashlight. And then they walk out. I'm like, bro, who gonna sleep with that? Every 30 minutes. They go to every single room to make sure nobody's trying to kill themselves, eating soap. Like, they didn't even let you have soap bottles, bro. They had the little white ketchup cups, and they put like that much soap and that much conditioner for like your hair and shit. I was like, who's gonna... That's not enough. I said, ma'am, give me some more cups. I got I got a lot of hair. Like, I said, you want to watch me shower or something? Because this ain't enough. I need the bottle. Like, I'm trying to be clean. Ugh, bro, they were killing me in that bitch. And then it says, eyes born, tears fall, lights out. It's sleep time. Wake up, 6 a.m. shower. It's time for running water, messy hair, no blades, just no shoestrings, no beanies, no blessing, just born. Like, I forgot what I meant by that. It's all free. Sleep hard. Benadryl, stomach. They got me. They got me on. I was on too much shit. I don't even remember. But when I'm out, who's here to drop me? It's me who must protect me. It's thunder, and now it's bedtime. 206, my bunker. I don't know. It made sense back then. It don't make sense now. But, yo, that place is crazy. But yeah, that's my show and tell. I got other stuff, but when it's finished, I'm gonna let you read all of it. I'm gonna I'll ship, as long as I get it back, I'll ship you the book. Let you read the entire book. This is I'm gonna try to put everything in here. Everything in here as I can, and then I'll do my reflection in the back. And then you could put what you want in there if you want to. But I'm definitely gonna put a reflection in the back. I wanna reflect on everything I've read and think about how I felt then and then how I feel right now. I want to reflect on that shit.
Hold up. I think I got one piece of show and tell. Hold up.
Yeah, come on, bro. Bring that show and tell. Oh. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I was not nearly as documented in high school. So
Yeah.
I only got this one piece of it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my last Da Vinci student ID. The last one, because this is the senior year. And just
Let
to
me
sh-
see.
Just to show you
I actually don't even know
how
what you look
emo
like.
it was. It's fucked up. Oh my god.
I don't even remember what you looked like.
Let me see if I can get it to focus.
Oh no. Oh my god, the fucking collar.
There you go.
The fucking classic. The shirt over the collared shirt.
I used to rock that look.
He used to rock that shit every day. It'd be different shirts, different collared shirts. I was like, my man is professional, but emo. I love it. Hell yeah.
Oh my god. But anyway,
My
this has been a somewhat revolutionary trip down memory lane. Thank you all for watching episode 8, episode 9 on the presidential elections, and episode 10 on LXG. It's edited, it's just because I don't have the face cam. But anyway, episode's coming back out soon. Thank you all for watching. Peace out. I'll look forward to that book later.
I know you